Oh, damn. Dude. It just finally got to me.
Oh, the excitement?
Yeah, just the pure sheer joy.
Dylan, bear me. Put your headphones on and bear me.
It's good, man. Just come in now.
I think.
The dungeon master is bearing us.
You both need one?
I need one for sure, dude.
Can't you tell Dylan needs alcohol?
I'm all right.
I imagine by the end of tonight, Dylan's just gonna pass out in his chair. Okay.
Yep.
Does that ever happen, Dylan?
So
No,
we're
not
back.
really.
This is actually a D&D slash intervention.
Right, yeah. Your parents are actually in the other room.
My
Okay.
parents
Hey,
drink
come
more than
out.
I do.
Like, Dylan, we really care about you.
Yeah. You're not drinking enough.
It's all right.
So
All right.
We're back at the B&B.
So you guys are back at the B&B. I think you guys went to sleep. So you guys wake up, kind of make
Fully
yourself
restored.
out to the main room where a bunch of different patrons and stuff are out there. Harold brings over a couple plates. A lot of the plates are almost like charcuteries, where it's just like a bunch of cheese and meat. And if you guys want anything particular, they can bring that to you. They've got things like
Imitation
almost
crab.
like a mashed like oatmeal. If you want
No,
that. So.
meat and cheese.
Yeah, like meat and cheese.
Yeah, don't make me
cool
fucking
with the
malt
charcuterie.
oatmeal.
Malt oatmeal.
Made with hooves. Like,
I'm like all
So
about
that
cheese
was
and
the
crackers.
one day that you guys had paid for, because you guys paid for one more night. So you're at 0 right now. You don't
Let's
owe
pay him.
anything, and you also
okay, are we gonna have to stay the night out where we're killing wolves because it's so far away?
Like, do we know of any towns around there? Could we ask Harold about the location of towns near said?
yeah, you can ask him.
I don't remember if he
What's
said
that
anything.
podcast know?
Also, just lingering, like, things.
So
Give me a pint of mead while we're going and waiting.
It's
for
the morning, Dylan.
Big thing.
It's the morning and you're sober. Okay?
No, you have a
He's hungover.
you have a hungover
you have a hungover.
right now. You have a hard hungover at the
Bring me a
moment.
drink while you figure out this question.
Don't bring him any drinks,
Scottish.
Harry. Harold.
So Harold, yeah, he kind of looks at you guys for approval if we should bring him some drinks.
Yeah, probably
Okay,
no.
so-
Yeah.
We
He
got
brings
shit
you
to
some
do.
water.
They're not my parents, mate. Bring me a fucking drink.
Bring him chocolate milk and tell him it's a white Russian.
So he kind of looks over your table and kind of. Did you ask him when he was over there if?
Yeah, is there any place to stay over there, or should we
Yeah,
just plan on
yeah.
coming back?
Near where the wolves are. Where are the wolves, by the way? Oh, hey, pizza.
Oh, hey, peace.
So you guys kind of present him where you guys are headed to the Thompson family farm, and you are like, he kind of looks over at it and he's just like, oh yes, it's about a half a day's walk from here. It's not really much to stay out there. You might be able to convince the family that owns the farm to let you stay there. But there are no towns. The nearest town
side.
is a couple days away from east.
So we're probably gonna have to come back,
Gotcha.
You guys could camp out there probably.
Okay.
but it's gonna cost us rations, which we
rations, and then is there any other like things that we could do? Like, do we need like tents or anything like to prevent us?
So every
the
like
elements,
game when
or-
you start with like a rolled up bed, pretty much like
Okay.
a
Let's swing it.
sleeping bag.
Yeah,
tell
just like-
cowboy. We might be back. We might camp. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Are we that worried about?
But if not,
I mean, like,
we're gonna
plus
come back here.
we overpaid last time and everything. Like, he'll have a room. He'll be, yeah.
Right.
it's all
I mean,
good.
we're gonna
So do you
come
guys
back
just
here.
want to leave your stuff that you don't need here, or are you guys
Do
taking?
we need to
everything?
pay for a room in order for it to be
I mean,
safe?
like, we don't have any
You just add it to the bill.
pay for a
is
room
it cheaper
for.
to pay for a room than it is to leave our stuff?
It's gonna be the same cost no matter what.
Okay,
you guys
whatever.
just got 85 gold though, right?
Oh yeah, we're balling.
Yeah.
Let's
So
just
you have
roll.
95 total.
So pay for a room.
Actually, no. I think we're at a hundo because we had a 15 before,
Okay.
and then we also have some change. 28
Pay
copper
for
and
a-
That's our
silver
banker, dog.
Pay for a room with all of our shit left in it, or
for a day.
if it's the same as just leaving our shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, might as well.
Yeah, might as well just.
Because
pay
then if
for
we
a
can
room.
make it back, the room's ready to go. We're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, pay for a room for.
We might show up whenever.
So minus 3 gold.
Cool.
So you guys tell him that you're gonna leave your stuff.
You notice how I didn't even
So
look at
he-
you when we were talking about money? Me and Keegan had an adult conversation. I looked over at you and you were half awake. You're like, what are we doing?
Well, like when we need to like punch something.
The adults are talking. Dylan, I need you to kill 2 men.
Yeah. He tells you that he can lock up your guys' stuff in the room. So he kind of
Okay,
goes over
thanks.
each of your guys' rooms, throws a little padlock on them, and that's the way no one will bust into it. You guys grab what you guys need, and then you guys head to the north gate to head out towards the farm. Is that what you guys do?
Yeah, we're going straight
yeah,
for the wolves.
wolves. I don't remember specifically anything
Now,
about said wolves.
We're not.
But
we're gonna
there
go
were
just
wolves.
as
Yeah.
we are.
They're
right?
2 golds. Yeah.
We're gonna go as we are. We're not trying to spend money on any bullshit.
Yeah.
We're gonna
No.
just
Like
kill these
let's
fucking
just.
wolves.
Yeah. Like we did all
So
the
you guys
things. We got some
make
potions.
your way to the town center, and you guys are making your way through. Daryl, you see to the left where that library is. You see the elf out there again, kind of like looking over at everyone and just kind of watching people. I'm assuming you guys aren't stopping. You guys keep going.
Yeah. No. Let's just go kill wolves. I'm
Okay.
like.
So you
That
guys
was the
head
plan. I'm
more
pretty
north.
dedicated.
And you guys kind of hit where there's not a lot of people out, and then all of a sudden there's more and more people, more and more people. And it's kind of hard to get through, and you're kind of asking, well, what's going on here? As you make your way to the front of the mass of people, you see what looks like about 50 guards pushing people back. And then in the center of where they're kind of following this group, the group is made up of probably about 20 fully from head to toe, garbed, crimson, full armor, like almost like knights walking. Give me a perception check, all 3 of you.
Dylan, we're not gonna fight the knights.
15.
16.
Okay.
21.
Oh shit. So all 3 of you guys kind of notice in between where the knights are kind of walking, you see 2 figures. One is a woman and one is a male. The male is wearing...
Piece of pizza.
Yes, I will take a piece of pizza.
That one has pineapple and/or banana peppers or something.
Hawaiian with olives.
Yeah, and then we got like some sort of ham, something.
Salami, tomato, and spinach.
It's hot as
dude,
fuck.
nice.
Okay. You see the man is wearing... He's got jet black hair, pale skin. He's wearing full armor otherwise.
So he's an antagonist
He's got
generally.
black armor. Hey. The female almost looks exactly like her, almost as if
We're
they're
gonna get
maybe,
to know this guy.
they're almost maybe like twins or something. Pale skin. She's like wearing a Victorian corset. Very, very beautiful woman. They are surrounded by these guards, and they're just nonchalantly like walking. After a little bit, the crowd kind of disperses as this group of guards are pushing people, and these knights kind of head towards that estate that you guys saw. You guys make your way out to the north gate. Everything's fine, and you guys begin to head north into kind of more of a grassland, kind of like what we have outside of Spokane. It's been a couple hours. Give me a perception check, the 3 of you, to see if you guys see anything.
11.
9.
17.
Okay. So, Lowell, you see out in the distance, you kind of crawl up on a rock and look across, and you can kind of see what looks like coming
We're gonna be
down.
a pretty fucking tall rock.
Yeah. You see what looks like a carriage being driven by a single man. He's just kind of cutting through a bunch of the...
That man doesn't have a girlfriend.
That man's as lonely as me.
So he's probably like maybe a couple 100 feet away from you. What do you guys do anything? You guys approach
Let's go
him, or
fucking
you guys
see
kind
what
of
he's
go past
doing.
him?
Jesus Christ. Or we could just do do
Is
the
this in
mission.
the
You just
direction
wanna
of
chill?
the wolves?
You
We
just
don't have
see a
to.
man and you're like, I'm gonna go get in his business. Like, who gives a
That
fuck?
kind of actually is D&D. I'm getting his
I
business.
mean, we can go see
Yeah.
what he's doing. If you guys don't want to, we don't have to. I
Well,
I
you
mean,
guys-
like, is it on the way?
Yeah, you kind of head
No,
in the same direction.
he said a
is.
couple hundred feet.
We're just gonna walk like,
Okay,
what
yeah.
are you doing? He's like, my fucking business.
I mean, like, we could check real quick just in case. I don't know.
Well, it's
I
fine.
don't care.
Let's
Maybe
ignore
he
it.
has like a spare pair of
He's
pants. we can
fine.
borrow.
Just let him go. Just let him go.
Okay. Yeah, he
Just
just
let him go.
kind of goes by and he nods
let
at
him
you
go.
guys since you aren't stopping him.
Yeah.
And he
well,
continues past you guys.
Yeah. You
A
lucky.
couple more hours pass, and you guys can see what looks like probably is the Thompson farm. There's several men outside, kind of doing various chores, feeding animals, carrying equipment, stuff like that. Out of those men, it looks like there's an older gentleman that's kind of barking orders out to these guys as they do stuff. You approach him. He kind of sees you guys coming because it's all like pretty much wheat fields out here. Kind of turns to you, and what looks like a younger gentleman, probably one of his sons or something like that, is standing off to the side. Can I help you?
We're hearing about some wolves.
He goes, oh, yes.
Those words.
We're
He's
here.
like some words.
Come again. We're hearing about some wolves. Dude.
He goes, yes, I'm glad that someone saw my post. So, is it just the three of you?
Yeah.
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 You got any shirts I can cut?
Also, maybe I could borrow. Like you're still like without a shirt. At this
Yeah, Drew,
point.
I'm wearing no shirt now.
We could say you had an extra shirt.
Okay.
So you begin to talk to him. So he's like, yeah, we've got a problem with some wolves that have been coming and killing our livestock. I'm not sure how many there are of them, but I'm assuming that they have a den nearby. You can either, I guess, stay here and wait for them, or maybe track them down to their den.
We want to find him during the day in their den while they're sleeping. Fuck them up. We don't wait
yeah,
till
like,
night till
yeah.
they're out fucking prowling and spreading.
Yeah,
out.
that's
wolfing
their
around.
that's their turf. Although you got like some sort of dark eye.
You want to give me a perception check?
I mean, like
Just you.
I don't think that gives us an advantage over wolves because they got a dark
Like,
eye of their
I see
own.
them killing Dylan.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, like just
From
a thought
60
to
feet
consider.
away. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking daylight, kill them in the den.
Yeah, I've got a ranged sight, but I'm a
22
tank. So.
on perception.
Yeah, like
Okay. So as you two are talking and trying to figure out what
Like
you
him
guys
sober.
want to do, Lowell is looking past you, and you can see what looks like a silhouette of like someone coming your guys' way. And the figure, you can't really tell what it is. It looks humanoid, and they're kind of like swaying back and forth as they are approaching you guys. They're probably about 100 feet away.
Stab him. Don't. Stab
But the
him.
sunlight is behind them, so you can't see exactly what's going on.
Give one of the plates. 30 pizzas is 40 days.
Yeah, let's do that.
So he like looks suspicious, or looks like he's...
You can't really tell what it is. It looks like
But
a
he's like,
human figure,
"Whoa."
kind of like
Vaguely.
swaying back and forth. Yep.
Humanoid wobbly.
Ew, who put a fucking crust back in here? Dylan, are you a fucking child?
Yeah.
God damn it. Disgusting.
But the guy.
Finish your crusts.
Do you more tell these guys? Because they're kind of talking right now.
Yeah, we don't notice the guy. You can tell us.
Let him know.
Okay.
Look at that creepy motherfucker over there.
I'm like, oh, okay.
So like we got a like wandering shambler in the distance.
Yeah.
Like, are we curious? Like,
Ask him if
Do we
he
need
knows
to,
where the
like-
wolves are.
roll about curiousness.
Roll about curiousness. As the figure gets closer, you kind of can see a little bit better with this light coming at your faces, and you realize it's what looks like a female, probably like between 16, 18 years old.
Ooh, perfect age.
Covered
Wait,
in
what?
blood. Covered in
Perfect
blood.
age.
We'll just take that away from you.
Even her like little bit of kind of blondish, almost white hair sticking out, but everything else is just covered head to toe in blood. She's this got all these gashes and cuts and stuff all over. As
She
she
said gash, and he just like
yeah, couldn't even stop.
couldn't even. His spine turned into like an
Yeah.
S.
She kind of falls over inside the tall grass.
Freezer. Or I mean, let's help her.
Freezer.
Keep that meat fresh. Yeah, let's see what we can help.
Yeah,
her.
like,
Do you have any like restoration potions? Or
I was looking for that earlier when Dylan got stabbed, and I don't think so.
I'll bring her to the farm.
Okay. So you guys, with
I could
some of
turn
the
her
farm
to
help, they kind of bring her over to the farm, and they're able to stabilize her. And she kind of looks like she's getting a little consciousness back. She's looking up at you, and she just keeps repeating, "My brother, my brother." He's lost.
He
it.
just lost 2 HP.
Yeah.
Took a hard laugh and died.
Yeah.
And then you started calling my brother. Ignore me.
Where's your brother?
Very good.
Like, asked, yeah, like, what?
Yeah. We all, in unison, we all go, what?
I'm gonna go just hard what here. What?
She goes, we were attacked on the road.
By wolves.
I didn't see what was attacking us.
How?
I was knocked out, and I think they thought I must have been just dead or something. I fell into some bushes. Maybe they didn't realize I was still there.
Wait, hold up. Since Jarrett can like regenerate shirts, apparently, like, can we offer her a shirt or like is that?
I don't think that's gonna save her.
I'm just like saying, like, you know, like out of courtesy, just be like, yo, what's up?
Wait, her tits are out?
I don't know. Like he said, just blood.
Yeah, no, she's pretty torn
He was
up.
not
I don't know
very
if her
specific,
tits are
but-
out.
I need to know if her tits are out.
Give me a roll.
Give me a roll for tits are out? 8.
You can't tell.
Alright, well, then we're gonna treat her like a normal human then.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna immediate guess is that these were not wolves, because if they were wolves, they would have eaten her.
Probably.
So this is another enemy. Do we want to go check out where she got mugged? Or do we want to be like, well, you're fine now.
Well, I mean, this could have been.
You know,
the wolf
hey, your
report.
tits are put away and you're alive, so
Yeah.
count your blessings. Like,
Count your blessings.
count both of them.
Paper cut
blessings,
could
'cause-
kill you right now. Yeah.
What do you want to do? You want to go like avenge her brother?
Yeah. Now back to reality.
Yeah, Dylan's
Lol.
like, where are we?
She kind of speaks up as you guys are talking. She's like, I could pay you if maybe you could find what happened to my brother. I think they might have taken him. I don't know if he's alive anymore.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, tight. Cool. Like, a specific amount of dollars, or like we haggling? Is that the stage?
What would you be your price?
What does she have?
40.
You will have to take me on my word. I don't have anything on me.
Oh, you got something on you.
But once
dogs,
this is all
bitch.
taken care of and we get back to Eastgate, I could talk to my aunt.
Cool.
Okay.
It's like your aunt special.
Tits on her.
So it's
Are we-
probably like 4 o'clock right now in the middle of the day. What do you guys want to do?
Fuck.
I
Okay,
mean,
what about
like,
this?
how-
Do we fuck up the wolves?
How
stay
far is
at
the
farm?
den from this place?
Do we know how far the den is?
He kind of tells you a direction.
The den is not generally like,
West, like
Okay.
northern west, yeah.
and where like her brother was attacked by what now?
Did
Was
you
which
ask
way?
her?
We didn't. I don't think.
Okay, keep in mind.
Where was your brother attacked? Like,
She kind of actually points towards the same direction.
okay, so like it's generally in the same direction, which is tight, 'cause like that's efficient.
And keep in mind, the last battle, we left the bar at 5, got in a fight, and still made it back in time. So
Yeah.
we can do this. We're already in the area of both of these.
Yeah.
So let's head the direction
got
of the
lucky
wolves.
on
Yeah, and
Wolves
like whatever
battle.
comes first, do that.
Right, but
Yeah.
with the point of steering towards where her brother may or may not be. So we're
Yeah,
probably
like,
gonna get interrupted.
Side note: do we trust like homeboy like with the wolf thing and everything as far as like leaving
where they are.
leaving brother chick?
We don't know this chick, and I'm not leaving one of our 3 party behind to protect some.
I'm
person
saying, do
don't
we
know.
take her with us? Is she useful in
It's
any way?
me.
I don't think she's stable.
Yeah, she's not.
She's
even,
like
she's
1
barely
HP.
alive. Yeah.
Okay, we got nothing. Then yeah, leave her with Farmer Dude and go towards Den.
Right.
Okay.
Well, go towards
Side
where
note.
her brother is.
Okay, is
Or
where
she
her
got
brother
mugged.
is
It's in
where
the
her
same
brother
direction.
is before.
Yeah, for the most part.
I'm assuming we'll encounter that first, or
Before
we don't
the
know
den.
the distance.
Because
You
the
don't know
den
the
will be
difference.
like in a mountain probably,
Yeah.
and that'll be like at the end.
Yeah,
of
so
it.
whatever comes
Yeah.
first then.
Okay. So you guys
Logistics.
decide to gather your stuff and head towards where she said that she was ambushed, her carriages. And it takes you maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get there. You guys are moving pretty fast. You're maybe 30 feet away, and you can see 2 carriages pretty fucked up. Give me a perception check, all of you guys. You guys kind of...
Dylan's like, I could fix that.
Got a whole 10.
14.
I'm looking at a 23.
Damn.
Jeez. So you, Lowell, you see that there are no bodies anywhere.
There's
no dead
no
corpse.
bodies anywhere. We're like all looking at the trees and shit. Somehow he's shit faced and like the best detective ever.
There ain't nobody dead around here.
None of the horses that were carrying the carriages are around. You guys could probably feel safe to kind of approach and see if you see anything else. So
We roll in.
okay, so you guys go up to the carriages. There's 2 of them. There's a bunch of like little tiny arrows sticking out from either side.
Elves.
They're very
Assuming.
crude, kind of put together arrows.
Orcs. Is that racist?
No. Give me an investigation.
No.
Give me an investigation real quick.
I got 21.
18.
20.
Okay. So all 3 of you
Christ.
guys spend a little bit of time kind of looking around. You don't find anything like of value, but you do see, you guys see
Probably robbed.
a lot of little footprints, and you see a lot of large animal footprints. They're probably wolves. And then you see what looks like in the mud, kind of cut in the mud. It's probably carrying a lot of weight. What looks like wagon wheel tracks that kind of go into the woods. So you can either follow them or whatever you decide to do.
Werewolves. Sentient.
Oh, shit.
Wheel
Robert.
track.
No more werewolves? Maybe. I don't know, like
We're
small.
working together. Gnomes riding werewolves.
It's not a thing.
Okay.
Okay.
He says it's not a thing. I'm gonna go with him.
Okay, we pretty much inspected everything around.
There's nothing of value.
Yeah, it looks like
caravan
whatever was
area.
there was taken. There's no
Our-
bodies laying
So
around.
it's either
There's no
follow the tracks
horses.
or go to where we think the
Yeah.
den is.
Are we like? The only thing is going into the woods, following the. Yeah, I think we should check out.
Follow the tracks.
Follow the tracks. Yeah.
Follow the shit.
Okay. So you guys begin to kind of move through the woods. Are you guys in any certain marching order? So like who's in front? Who's in
I'm
the
in
back?
front.
Dylan's in front. Perfect.
Cool.
Meat
yeah.
shield. Keegan's in the middle. We're protecting Keegan. I'm in the back.
Okay. Okay.
Like
So
a no meat shield.
you guys spend probably a good almost like 45 minutes, an hour, kind of tracking these, losing where they're going, tracking them, moving through them. Give me a stealth roll, all 3 of you.
Who's the loud one?
Jesus, dude.
Oh,
Oh,
sweet
damn.
God. 3.
I got
Okay.
6, and then like, is stealth a stat on here?
Yeah.
Plus
20.
2, so 8.
Okay.
Solid.
3.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
So I'm shouting
Ballin'.
as I'm running and stepping on twigs.
What'd you get, Lowell?
20.
Okay. So you
Fuck
take a
everything.
moment, and these 2 are like literally just walking and talking through the woods.
Shut
And
the
you're-
fuck
You're
up!
kind of going through and a little bit ahead of them. Well, you just notice for a split second, you see something kind of cutting across the trail that you're on, and you yell back at them to stop. And you guys all kind of jump in the woods and stop. At that moment, you see about 5 what look like little goblins, and they come out, and they're just like looking around. And you can see they're carrying like little makeshift spears and little tiny daggers and
We're gonna fuck them up.
long bows or short bows.
Short long bows.
They're long
They're
to them,
looking-
but they're short to us.
And they're kind of crossing in front of you, so they came from the
Just
right
right for
side
Dylan.
to the left side. Yeah, you guys can do something, or do you just let them pass?
I mean, like,
You guys want to fuck him up?
I want to
mean-
go be like, hey, what the fuck?
oh wait. Speaking of which, I speak Common, Loxodon, Marquesian, and Minotaur, which might have been helpful earlier with the cow people. But
Wow.
do these gnomes speak any of these languages?
Goblins. They're little goblins. Sorry if I said
Oh,
gnomes.
goblins.
Yeah,
Sorry.
little goblins just
goblins.
ran by.
Do they speak any?
just-
Or are they like more creature than?
Undercommon, so it's very broken. You kind of hear
Broken
them.
common,
They're just like,
okay.
"Hey, hey, hey," and like kind of saying stuff to each other. And it doesn't look like anyone's in charge of this little group.
I mean,
They're
like,
just kinda
okay,
pushing
yeah,
through.
there was tiny footprints. Wait, did we even ask the lady like what took her brother? Or
She doesn't know.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, she doesn't know.
I missed out on some of
I'm
that. I was distracted
gonna
by
think
pieces.
it's
Not
the
gonna lie.
goblins.
Probably. I mean, like tiny footprints.
Right. Tiny footprints. They were there at the scene of the crime.
Or maybe
Now we're
we could
seeing
just
them.
like, yeah.
Do we follow them stealthily? See where they're
Do they
going?
know that we see
I
them?
mean, I don't want to fight
mean, like-
40 goblins, but
So Lowell rolled high enough that I'm going to say that he was able to warn you guys. You guys kind of
Right.
jumped into the bushes.
he was ahead too.
Yep.
Okay,
He's scouting
cool.
a little bit ahead.
Yep.
So,
That worked out.
So we're chilling.
so you guys can
maybe
either
we,
let
like,
him pass, or what do you guys want to do?
observe
wanna
and report.
follow them?
Follow and observe, maybe.
Okay.
Because like,
So if you're gonna follow him, I need a stealth move.
okay, on all of us.
Stealth.
Yep, stealth again.
Oof.
Ooh.
I got 11
8.
to 13.
2.
Okay. So
Apparently I cannot roll
you guys
dice.
are moving fine at first, and all of
And
a
I just
sudden,
fart loudly.
yeah, just standing there, and you just like step on a branch, and it just explodes under your feet. At which this time, all 5 of the goblins perk up and look back, and they see you guys all standing there,
And
kind
we're
of following
fighting.
them.
No,
Yeah,
we're
so
like,
roll
"Sup?"
initiative.
Oh, titties.
18.
What is
Yeah.
that? I can't see that
10.
part. I'm drunk.
Fucking no initiative.
Oh, 7.
What'd you get?
10.
18.
Okay, so you guys almost have a surprise round. So it'll
What?
be
How is it
Jarrett.
almost a surprise?
Well, you guys are all 3 gonna go first before the enemies go. So it'll go Jarrett, Daryl, and Lowell. So go. What do? These guys kind of perk up and they're like, and kind
I
of
mean,
see.
I don't speak their language. Do we just like
Fuck him up, dude.
wave a peace sign here?
We just rolled initiative. Does that mean this is a fight? Like,
Usually,
definitively?
yeah. I mean, you guys can still, even if we're in a combat, you can try to talk your way out. That's always an option.
Can I like lay down my weapon and be like, hey, like put my hands up?
Give me a perception roll, just really quick.
22.
So you kind of take a moment to look at them, and you can tell that they're very like more savage. They're not like they're speaking broken. And like, yeah, it's more like they live in the woods. They're not gonna be responding to you.
Just fuck them up, dude.
You got any shirts you're wearing?
Yeah. You guys have shirts, you're fucked. You want to get a little chilly? I'm going to get the shirt off you, and then he's going to make you a little uncomfortable with the temperature. And then he's going to cut your head off.
So yeah, go. What do you want to do?
Like a
you have
sand
like
people.
probably a distance of like 20 feet between the 2 groups.
Anyone ranged? You're ranged.
What?
You're ranged. You have a bow?
we're all.
Pop one of these things with an arrow.
Fuck him, dude.
Roll a bow and arrow.
No, it's you first, and then
Stupid idiot.
I look to him and go, shoot your arrow. So I got to just rush him? That's my only move here?
You can do whatever you want, but I mean, you
You
can
got a
hold a
list?
turn.
I don't think I have any ranged. How do I, what's the quick way to like see if it's ranged or not?
So I got another piece.
Detect poison doors. Fog
Lead
cloud.
lever? Or...
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Disappeared garlic.
Fuck it. I'm gonna rush him with my scimitar.
Okay.
I'm just in a tank. So, roll for the actual damage.
Yeah, so you move forward, and then you swing your scimitar at the one that's in front. So you roll a 20. Did you roll a 20?
Yeah.
Okay,
I got
what'd
a
you
1. More shirts are coming off, dude.
So you rolled a natural one?
Yeah, I
Okay.
rolled a 1.
So that's a critical fail is the way we do it. So
Critical.
you go running up, and you're just so sure of yourself. You swing at him, and you throw your scimitar into the woods. So,
Okay. Okay.
so you're now standing in front of these 5
Completely
goblins.
unarmed.
Just,
Oh, you're such
yeah,
a cunt,
unarmed.
dude.
Just dick in hand.
What would you like to do, Daryl?
Save me.
Piss herself and die.
Put me
What
to
is-
sleep.
I'm assuming minor illusion
Cloud
is
of
not helpful
cloud of
in
gas.
this.
Mask cloud. Because I have like a gas cloud thing. You probably had it too, yeah? Fog cloud. Put fog around me so I don't get killed.
I don't have fog at the
Oh,
moment.
fuck.
I have minor illusion, which I'm not sure if like that's gonna help you much. Let's see. Should I just go with attacking people, or let's find out what minor illusion actually does? Minor illusion.
Stop.
Trying to find out too.
No, he's probably just looking at shit on his phone.
Right,
I'm
right.
literally not.
Create a sound or image of an object within range that lasts for. That would have been handy actually while we were still sneaking. Or yeah, creating a sound and being like,
Right.
"Hey, maybe look over for later." Good to know. Magic missile.
To what?
Magic Missile is good.
I mean, like, might as well. Like, we'll start out heavy.
I have cure wounds.
Is any of them wearing any sort of like head thing?
That's good. Cure wounds.
I could have cured wounds.
Oh,
Yeah. Should have read. The girl with the titties. We could already be getting.
Glad I died for this cause.
yeah, we
Could have been cured wounds. Just so you know.
Could've
could
been
have
mine.
healed Dylan's wounds instead of
drunk
just
token.
like cutting
I mean,
shirts.
we lived, but like,
Yeah, I saved everyone's lives, but
Wanna be-
that's no big deal.
all right,
I'll
save
just-
me, save me.
Does anybody look
so-
obviously like the leader?
No,
Maybe.
none of them look like the leader.
Okay.
So you deal 1d4 plus 1 force damage to a target.
Would it D4?
1d4. Yep.
Which one did D? Oh, right. Yeah, triangle. How do I read
Which
a
side do
triangle?
you?
How do I read a triangle?
It's magic.
It's the top one. So
Okay,
a
so
4,
four.
so 5.
Good.
So you kind of like point, and from your finger, this little ball of magic flies off and lands and smashes into one of the goblin's faces, just completely collapsing his face, and he falls down dead.
Dope.
Tight. Okay, one down, 4 to go.
I'm still fucked.
Yeah, like you just got.
Roll.
Are you able to
What would you
find
like to
my
do?
Weapon?
Sorry.
Holy shit. This might be the end of our quest, dude.
What am I supposed to do?
What would you like to do?
There's 4 goblins left, and it's your turn.
I might snipe one with my arrow, like my longbow. I just like fucking hit
Okay.
one of them.
Roll
Nice.
a d20.
Finish your beer.
11.
He
Okay.
can still do math. He's not that drunk.
So you shoot an arrow, and it barely misses the goblin and lands at his feet. And he kind of looks up at you, and he's like, "Arr!" It is their turn.
Gonna kill me. I'm standing feet away from them with inches away from them with no weapon, and there's 4 of them.
Side note: I have mage armor for layer. I don't know how long that lasts, but I should probably buff you with that before you go do something
It's a
stupid for the
little-
future.
It's a little late for that.
Yeah. But like,
studied our moves.
yeah.
I'm just like, scimitar.
They all miss you. So they
Wow.
jump on you, and you kind of like knock one down to the ground, and another one jumps on you, and you knock him to the ground, and then the other 2 try to slash at your feet, and you are kind of able to back up off of them.
Dope.
It is top of the round. It will be
Me?
Yep.
Now, I'm still weaponless. Do I need to roll to go get my weapon?
At this point, you probably don't know exactly where it landed in the
it's
woods.
just gone from the fight.
Do you have any other weapons on you?
Unarmed strike.
Yeah, you can just punch him in his face.
What kind of spells you got?
Animal friendship.
I mean, like, they might be a slightly more advanced hominid.
Entangled. I mean, entangle.
Entangle is pretty cool. You can kind of wrap them up in roots, and then they can't
Let's do
move.
that. Entangle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Expecto Petroleum.
Tight, yeah.
Fucking
And a 4. Do I need to add that to anything on here?
Give me a second.
Bum, 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 bum.
Arcana.
Okay, so it's one action. Grass, a bunch of weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from the point within range. So you can shoot it kind of anywhere, and 20 feet around, it begins to wrap around people. The creature restrains by the plans. You can use an action to make a strength check. Blah blah blah. DC. So I'll just do a strength check real quick. So 3 of them out of the 4 get wrapped up, and they're kind of like trying to get out. And one of them is able to kind of see it happening, and he kind of jumps out of that area.
So 1's free and 3 are wrapped.
Mhm.
Okay.
And they can kind of like cut their way out and kind of move out, but they're kind of stuck where they are for at least a good turn. So, that would be your turn. Yep. Daryl.
I'm gonna just try to do Ray of Frost for the moment and save other moves for later in case there are wolves. And
Okay.
if I miss, then Lowell, you'll have to finish them with your magic luck.
Are you aiming at the one that jumped out of the tangling?
We're
Yeah.
essentially just turning into a fucking Christmas tree right now. They're going to be like wrapped up and frozen.
Mm.
Shouldn't we be doing damage?
Well, like the frost does damage too.
All right, you don't have like a weapon.
I mean, like
just
my,
like-
my frost does way more than my damage does.
Okay.
Or just like my quarterstaff.
Okay.
And as long as I
So
don't know.
it's D20 plus 5.
Nah.
I don't know. Just a noise.
17 plus 5, so 22.
Oh yeah, you fucking. I think it's a single target on it. So roll for damage. 1d8 plus something.
D8.
Does it say a plus on it?
Is it for like the Ray of Frost here?
Yep.
That would be the plus 5.
So that's to hit, and then the one next to it, 1d8.
1d8 cold.
Okay,
DS.
so it's just that. Yeah, you don't get any
Just the
pluses.
1d8.
Yep.
Okay. 6.
Okay, so you do 6 damage. So you this time raise your hand, and a little bit of sparks come out. You raise your other hand, and this big, huge ray of frost just shoots across, and it kind of like crystallizes and pushes back, and you kind of see him freeze up, and he's just kind of like frozen in space. So
Everyone's immobilized. Lowell.
Lowell.
Finishing move.
get in there.
Do you have any like AoE team attacks?
No, I just got basic attacks, doggy. Nothing special for me.
Let me look. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. What the fuck are your moves? You don't have moves.
I have no moves.
You're just fucking gnome.
You're just a
Swipe-
fucking
Swipe him up, dude.
Be sharp and
7 with short sword, so 12.
Yep. So you run up and you slice at one of the guys that's stuck
Fuck
in the
that
vines.
guy. Sliced him.
Give me damage. I think your sword is 1d6 plus 3.
so one of those.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that guy. 9.
Okay. So you just cut him in half and he just slips over.
Cut him in half.
Little tiny gnome, or yeah, your little gnome runs up to a little tiny goblin and cuts him in half. Okay, it's their turn, so there's 2 left. They try to get out of the entanglement. One gets out, and he swings at Jarrett, and he misses. He swings at you wildly after being exhausted from getting out from under all these
Jarrett.
entanglement. It is your turn, Jarrett.
Oh shit.
So we're like 2 down now. We got 3.
Two down, there's
3
three
more,
left?
and like
You only have 2 left.
Two
fucking
left.
roll like a 1.
And like one of them's entangled still.
19,
Okay.
dude.
Okay, you hit him. Roll your damage.
Dude, fuck yeah.
What's your damage on there? What does it
3. So 16.
do? So on your weapon, it'll say damage, and it's a different die than the 20-sided.
It just says 1d6. Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
regular
so
dice.
1d6 plus
Here.
what?
Plus 1.
Okay, so roll that.
2. 2.
Okay.
So you're able to stab through his little loincloth
God
shirt. And you stab him in his chest, and a little bit of blood breaks off of his
Such a
little cut
bitch,
on him,
dude.
and he kind of lets out
Such
a little scream that. Daryl, it's your turn. You see
Daryl.
Daryl.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I suppose. I'm assuming they're savage and everything. There's no way of figuring out like any questions from them. So just magic. Well, wait, no, not
Probably
magic,
not.
magical.
They're
Ray of
wrapped in
Frost.
fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
like you took off their
entangled. You can't
shirts and
ask
that's
them
all they had.
questions.
So, I mean, but last one is
So they're naked, they're wrapped in vines, and you've chilled them out with like the ice breeze bullshit, right?
yeah, like
Yeah,
so,
one of
like,
them got frozen solid. He's dead.
Okay, yeah. We'll just Ray of Frost again. Save magic missile. Might as well.
Okay.
So,
Is Ray of Frost a cantrip?
yeah,
Okay, perfect.
and I got a solid 2.
Oh, perfect.
Fuck.
So you got too like confident in yourself, and you try to cast your magic, and little tiny sparks float off, little tiny snowflakes, and they just kind of dissipate.
Sick.
It is Lowell. Your
Should have
turn.
let me buy that book.
My turn? Oh, it's Lowell's turn. He's coming in hot with the fucking 12.
You hit. Yep. So swing. D6 plus whatever it is. I think 3.
6.
Okay. So another one, you just slice one down, and you turn the other one that's trying to get out, and you slice him down. Falls over dead. I think that's all of them. I think that
Yeah.
was 5. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
guys are now standing there. These
So
dead,
I killed one,
dead
and
little
Dylan
goblins.
killed 4.
Yeah.
Josh tickled shirts.
Dude,
Give me investigation real quick. See if you can figure out
Investigation.
where your sword landed.
15.
You're good. You kind of spent a few minutes looking around in the bushes, and you find
Yeah,
your
15.
scimitar. So you got that back.
We got it.
Tight.
Stupid idiot.
There's 3 left.
No, they're all dead.
Oh, they're all dead. Wow.
I killed
Okay,
them all,
so,
you dumb
It's just some sort of like we're gonna investigate.
Yeah, so
see
you
what's
guys can
going on.
search their bodies and stuff. Just roll an investigation,
Okay.
and then I can tell you based on that what you guys find.
11 and 5, so 16.
Okay.
I got a 16.
16.
So you guys
Odd.
find on
Did
them.
you add it to your...
0.
You find a bunch of each one of them had a makeshift weapon. It was like pretty much a piece of metal with a handle that they were using, a spear, which is similar, and a bunch of little short swords with little kind of shitty arrows that are similar to the ones that were shot into that wagon. In addition to that, you find roughly about 23 copper. And they're like really dingy and bloody, not like new blood, like dry blood. You also find what looks like a locket. Definitely something that they wouldn't usually have.
Yeah.
And the locket looks like it's okay. It's like made out of silver. You could probably take it back and see if you can appraise it or find whoever it
Or
wanted
if
to.
it's the girls,
Yeah.
we can cure them titties.
Yeah.
So that was like what 23 copper plus like some sort of watch. Or
Locket, yeah.
Locket.
Yep, on a silver chain.
locket on Silva. So yeah, definitely loot all the things. And so are we
You
gonna,
probably
like-
don't want to take all their weapons and stuff. It's not
Well, I
gonna be
mean,
worth
oh yeah,
anything.
yeah. I mean, like
Right.
the locket and the money. Any of the weapons worth really looking at, or
Yeah, they're all
No.
like makeshift
Okay, yeah.
junk.
yeah, just the money and
So
the.
on to the wolves, or we want to like?
Do we investigate further? Like, are
We don't
there
know where they're
tracks
going
that
'cause we
go
killed
further
them.
into the woods, or like is it?
So where you guys started following, there was more tracks, and there was actually the wagon tracks continued. They look like probably now that you guys killed them, they look like maybe a scouting party that was maybe circling wherever they were. So you could always backtrack to the tracks and then follow them further into the woods.
Okay,
Or you
so
can
it sounds
back
like
out of the woods.
sounds like there's a giant gnome party. You can rescue
Goblin.
the brother goblin.
And they
Sorry.
have some loot that they
Yeah.
took from.
And or we could do the wolf thing, or we could go after goblins. I mean, like, they're kind of probably equivalent in monetary value. And I don't know, we took on the goblins pretty handily. So
Yeah, let's go see
I
where
mean,
they were
like,
going.
how much larger of a party are we talking here? Like, that's
I'm not a goblin expert.
we could scout. I mean,
Well,
like,
no,
he's short and
dick.
sneaky, so like, I mean, like, we could try to be sneaky and maybe
You guys
prepare
have
next
failed
time.
2 times being sneaky.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we're more prepared a little bit. I don't know, like, I
Nope.
got nope, not. I
What
don't
do you
know.
guys think about what you guys want to do?
Let's go after the fucking goblins.
Goblins?
They probably have a bunch of loot that they took from those carriages.
Yeah, I feel like.
At this point, we're at war with the goblins. Or would you say fucking go get the
What
wolves?
time is
But what
it?
are we gonna tell?
In,
It's probably
In
in the game.
5, 6 o'clock. It's
Oh, we
getting
got-
starting
we
to
got
go
time.
later.
okay. Yeah, cool. All night adventure.
Right, and then if we
Whatever.
get back to the farm late and the wolf's there, we're like, "What's up, bitch?"
We'll be like, sorry, we got distracted, but like, we'll get the wolves.
Right. We can't let the wolves eat the titties though, because I can cure gash. Cure wounds. Cure
That's
gash.
game over right there.
I have a
with that
spell
one.
called meat replacement.
Oh
so
my god.
I can cure gash.
It said actually.
So
yeah,
you guys
so
decide to
follow-
backtrack and then follow the
Yeah, we're
trail?
gonna figure out
Okay.
where these
So you guys
motherfuckers are.
backtrack, and I would assume that you guys kind of stay off the trail a little bit, just kind of follow it.
We're
Okay.
trying to be sneaky.
Okay, I'll
Kinda
give you guys
vaguely.
a bonus for sneaking. So you guys sneak for a little while. You don't see any other goblins or anything. Then all of a sudden, maybe about 30 to 40 feet, you can see what looks like an opening into like more of a cleared area.
Like a gash in the woods.
A gash in the woods, someone would say. So you guys get to the edge, and you can see what looks like there's a carriage. At this point, it's empty, other than what looks like maybe some kind of guard. Not even the same guards from town, but they're wearing similar armor and stuff. He's laying in the back. In the far distance, maybe I wouldn't say far distance actually, about 10, 20 feet away from the carriage, looks like some kind of cave entrance. And inside there, you see a light kind of come out, and you hear boom, 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 and this large, probably easily 7 feet tall orc comes out, and he's got a big butcher like
Shit.
apron on. He grabs the guard by his leg, and all of a sudden the guard wakes up, and he like drags him right off of the carriage, and the guard's kind of trying to grab him and get him off as he's getting pulled into the cave. What do you guys want to do?
Fight it.
I mean, like,
Let's go.
probably might as well. Like, also, if we can get the guard free, like, we probably have like 4p. You know,
Right.
maybe we
Let's
have.
do- let's
Maybe we
try it.
have like, I don't know how helpful NPCs are gonna be in this, but
Let's
like,
find out.
Like, yeah.
If we die, we die. You know?
Tight.
We die, we die.
You down, lol?
Yeah.
You ready to
been
ride?
I'm ready
Down
to
to ride.
go,
Full
dude.
HP, dude. I'm full of fucking orc common. Let's go, dude.
All right, so you guys will have like attack opportunity. In this case, I will let you guys decide who goes in what order, and then we'll
Dylan.
keep that.
Oh, before that, actually, I should go first in mage armor. Whoever's gonna go, like,
Dylan.
I'll mage armor Dylan, and then Dylan goes in.
Okay.
Okay, so it will be Daryl, Lowell, Jarrett, enemy.
Okay.
Okay,
Tight. So
so he's
Mage
maybe
armor.
like 5 feet away from the entrance, just dragging this guy, and he's making a ton of noise. The guy that's being dragged, he's just like, screaming and trying to, plead, and the orc every once in a while looks down at him and just like pulls him. So what are you doing? And describe what you're doing.
What am I
Just
doing?
rushing him, or you shooting him with the arrow?
No, dude, I'm squaring up. I'm getting square. I'm getting my sword ready.
Not your bow. We're range from
Stop,
here.
dog. You were
Okay.
trying to go for power.
I don't know. Maybe I should mage armor you then. If you're gonna if you're gonna rush in, whoever's rushing in gets
He's
armor.
rushing in with a bow and arrow.
No, I said sword.
I don't have a bow and
So you
arrow,
pull your
and you
sword
do.
out?
I pull my sword
Okay,
out,
whatever.
and I'm like, "Hey!"
So you get his
fuck.
attention.
You get his attention from
Yeah,
afar.
yell at it while he's
Okay.
dragging homeboy away,
Okay.
and I'm like, "Ah!" And it stops, and it stares at me, and I go,
He tells us what it does.
So yeah, he looks over at you. He lets go of this night guy for a second,
He lets go of him.
and he
Okay, tight.
hits him in the side of the head,
Oh.
knocking the night
Oh.
guy out.
Oh dang!
Oh,
we don't
I
have
know.
it too big.
He's alive.
And I'm gonna tell you
Now
what
he's
that.
pissed.
I'm gonna tell you what that does to me. It really fucking. It really gets me going.
Okay.
It really gets me going, and I got my sword, and I just fucking start running.
Running straight at him.
Just sprinting, kind of in an awkward position, because I've been drinking since
Mage armor.
the fucking
Yeah,
dawn.
I
Okay,
mage
you-
armor.
What does mage armor do again? It
I don't know.
increases his AC,
I
I
just-
It's like
think.
a flowery purple shirt that does nothing.
It's a Baja.
Let's look it up.
Silk
It's a
tunic.
Tommy
That's having to
Bahama
grab-
shirt. It doesn't do anything.
5e mage armor. Let's see. I just assumed it armored. We'll see. I don't know how this works.
I don't know how this works. You're really killing this bit.
Let's see. My phone is very slow.
It's all good. My pad here is being slow too, so.
That is not what I needed. 5e mage armor. Touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor. I should probably have read things before I assumed. You're wearing armor, aren't you?
Yeah. So what does it do?
Okay, so touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor and a protective magical force surrounds it until the spell ends. The target's base AC becomes 13 plus its dexterity modifier.
So what's your dexterity modifier? +3. Dylan.
Yeah, +3.
Okay, so we'll just retcon that and say that you took your
What does
armor
the bottom
off.
number mean? It says +3 and then it says 16. You add.
Oh, so that's his total. His total
Oh,
is
okay.
16, but everything has modifiers. So 0 or 10 is 0, 2 is 1, 14 is 2, 16 is plus
Okay.
3. So you're at 16 right now for your armor, but you don't have armor on. You just put like magical armor on you, so you're just down to your cloth. And how long does it say it lasts?
This is till the end of something.
Spell
Good
ends
time.
if it
Dismiss the spell.
if the target dons armor or if you dismiss the spell as an action.
Okay, perfect. So you have 16, so you have 2 extra like points of armor because you're at 14. So roll to hit this guy. D20.
18.
Okay, you hit him.
It's getting real now.
Roll your damage. It's 1d6 plus 3, I think.
Yeah.
4.
7.
7.
Yep.
So you run up, and I mean, this guy is fucking huge, and you just catch him in his knee, and it just kind of breaks open
That's fucking
some
right,
of
I
his skin.
do.
And he's like, "Ah!" It is your turn.
Befriend animals. Like, I befriend a small dog and then leave off into the sunset.
And then probably bail.
Oh, I have purify food and drinks. I should, like, cast that on Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
All right, scimitar time. 18.
Oh, it hits.
22.
Yeah. All right, hits. Do your damage. 1d6 plus 1.
5.
Okay, cool.
Toenail.
So you come on the other side and you hit him in the stomach and it kind of gushes a little bit of blood and he kind of like chuckles to himself.
Uh-oh.
He picks up his butcher knife and we're going to do opposing strength. So roll a d20.
Am I adding it to anything?
Just me and Lowell.
I'm going to. It's 10. What am I?
You adding
Your
it to-
strength. What's your strength? +1?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have 11?
Yeah.
So he beats you. He reaches down and grabs you by your... And he pulls you up. And he fucking slams you with his butcher knife. Which misses. But he throws you up against the side of the cart. And you're going to take... you're going to take 5 points of damage.
5? Fuck.
Shit.
It's okay. You had an extra 2.
No, that's...
He looks over
Oh,
at
this is
you,
weird.
Jarrett.
This is plus.
And he
2.
swings
So you're,
with
you're at
his
12.
butcher knife, barely missing you. It is your turn.
Better
I'm gonna
cast
go,
something gnarly.
Magic missile on homeboy,
Okay.
and that D20 or for hit.
Magic missile automatically hits. You just roll for the damage. So it's 1d4 plus 1, I think.
D4.
It's a triangle.
Triangle
Oh, here. I
Okay,
think I
go.
stole yours.
Got you. Thank you.
Yep.
3 plus 1 or plus what?
It's d4 plus 1.
Okay, so 4.
So 4. You shoot your missile, and it just kind of hits and comes off. You can see like a little divot in his skin, but nothing really too much.
Neat.
Yeah.
Me.
I thought magic missile was more powerful than ray of frost, but maybe not.
Your turn. It's just nice because you don't have to roll to see if you hit. It just always hits.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Good for like low HP shit, probably.
At a
Right.
higher level, you can shoot like fucking 6 of them.
Oh,
And
okay.
so it's just like all these homing missiles that
Right.
come off. Yeah.
It's good for more AoE
Yeah.
later.
I'm
16.
good. Gonna take this boy to the casino.
What do you roll?
16.
Okay. So you stand back up and you run at him and you swipe and you hit him. Roll for your damage 1d4 plus 3. Or 1d6, sorry, plus 3.
So 11 or 8.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you kind of gather yourself and you're all angry and run back at him and you slice his leg again.
Yo, you
I'm
got
a
cure or
fucking
heal.
get you.
See if you can wake
Damn
up
it.
the guard. Maybe he can help.
But am I gonna get murked while I'm trying to heal the fucking?
I don't know, like maybe.
Okay, can I?
I don't know,
cure-
like depends on what like the HP of this homeboy is. If this is gonna be like a longer fight because he's still standing,
Yeah, more like a boss.
maybe a 4th person would be helpful because we're pretty low damage at the moment.
Bard, cleric, druid, paladin, ranger, creative touch from hit points. It just says, a creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1 dB plus 8, or 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Yeah,
Spells
it's on there.
So
I think it's a,
how do I
think
know?
you're like a 4 or something.
How do I know what the effect would be on this random guy, though?
I mean, you could try waking him up and then healing him if he looks like he's wounded.
I'm gonna-
He doesn't look like he's wounded. He looks like he's just knocked
So I can just
out.
probably just try and wake him up with my turn.
So you can use a free action to yell at him.
Okay.
Oh.
It doesn't cost you your turn, and then you can still attack. You can just
Okay.
be like, you're in the middle of battle. The idea
You're
is
like,
each of
"Homeboy."
these turns are only taking seconds. They're
Right.
not taking like even minutes, and so you guys are all just fighting
Right.
each other, and you can yell at someone for a free turn. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna yell at the guy, but then also attack with my.
Hey, go ahead and
Blade.
attack. You see the guy actually does kind of like, trying to gather.
5.
Do you want to try a different dice?
You're fucking terrible.
I guess I do want to try it.
Dude, absolute
Like-
trash.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, that counts. I mean,
Yeah,
that was a 5.
yeah. So you yell at him. You're like, "Hey, get up!" And you kind of see him getting up. and
Watch me
You
do
don't
this.
spend enough time
You
to
can't
like,
even count
yeah,
past
yeah.
7.
You don't spend enough time to try to hit him, and you just swing right by him. And he kind of chuckles to himself a little bit. He now takes a swing at each of you that are standing next to him. He hits you. Oh, fuck. He's going to do 9 points of damage.
What?
Yeah.
He just
You're at
lodges
12.
his
3.
his big, huge meat cleaver into your arm, and it's just stuck there for a second, and he like kicks you off of it, and you're kind of laying on the ground as he's kind of like chuckling to himself, and he's got all these little tiny gashes that you guys have put into him. It is Daryl.
The last phrase there of he's got all these tiny little gashes that we put into him makes me think we might need a bail. Like, for the moment, at least. Like, can we maybe like try to sneak the guard away so he doesn't get like prison shanked?
Full abort
or
mission.
are we like full abort?
I
Like,
mean, that's
I'm like, it seems like we're doing not a thing.
we have
At
no
the moment.
idea how much health
And like,
this guy
I don't know,
has.
like
No.
I could maybe like try to put him to sleep, but
I mean,
it
he
seems
just
like
has
that's a
multiple-
high.
He has multiple gashes on him.
Yeah.
They just like don't look like they're like gushing blood or anything.
Hey, I don't
we
know.
might be able to put
hey.
him to sleep and get the guard and fucking bounce.
Does anybody have like a bleed ability? Oh, side note, yeah. On that is my turn.
Yeah.
It is,
We'll
yeah.
try at least like a sleep and then maybe try to bounce.
Okay, so roll 8 or 5 dices.
5-8,
Whatever.
right?
8 dices 5 times.
13 plus 3.
This is also a really good way to try to figure out how much HP, because if
Right.
he falls asleep at a certain, then you know he's less than that.
So 13 plus 3 is 16, and then one more
Dude, the mic came out of nowhere.
is 22.
22. Yep, he falls over.
Snap time.
Mhm.
All right.
Kind of
Let's-
tries to catch himself on the wall next to the entrance, and he kind of
So
falls
like
down.
my move is just aggressively handing out naps. Like
I can.
that's
Yeah.
I can.
like
I told
like
you it's
that's
kind of broken
that
at
is
early level, but later it's not
okay.
useful
yeah,
at
like,
all.
g-
Yeah.
Good to know though.
Yeah.
Like because
'Cause later you're fighting
everything else I
giants
do
and-
is
yeah,
like not
yeah,
doing
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
So yeah, this guy is laying on the ground sleeping. It is Lowell, your turn, and then Jarrett, it's your turn.
Fuck this arm up, so
So you kind of gather yourself, and
this.
you're just fucking gushing blood down.
I'm just bleeding everywhere right now, like a fucking
I
woman.
mean, he's
on menopause.
asleep.
yeah, but like I mean, if he's
What is
fine, you could just heal Dylan.
Healing word. I could heal you.
I got 2.
On the hit,
Yeah.
Yikes.
so you miss, and you don't do any damage to him, but you kind of like cut his cheek, and he begins to like wake up. He's just like,
Oh.
Okay. I had what did I have? Shit, I don't remember. 20 something. So that's like his health. Is it like you have to hit his health to be able to?
you have to hit higher.
higher than his health
Yep.
and everything. Okay.
So you
he's
know
got,
that he's at least 21 or less.
Okay, 21 or less, and he's still low armor because he hasn't woken up fully yet. So yeah, let's like
Let's
just
kill him.
keep attack,
Yeah.
dude.
So it is your turn, Jared.
I'm gonna do this healing word. It is roll 1d4. Creature of your choice can see within range. It regains hit points equal to 1d4.
And then your spell also, or just
On
1d4?
And it is with this spell has no effect. Yeah, spell casting ability modifier, which I don't see.
Let me see your paper just real quick.
Your
Yeah.
Your paper. Oh, it's on your spell sheet. So what did you roll there?
2.
And then on your spell sheet, at the very top, it should say what your spell. You want to hand them to me?
12.
Oh, let me
Wait,
see it.
spell save.
Plus 4, so it's 6. You
6.
gain 6 health. So you kind of feel
Six.
this giant cut in your shoulder begin to kind of like close up. You're not bleeding as much, but you're still bleeding.
I can use it.
So you're
Oh.
You're back at 7. You're okay. You're
Yeah.
okay. We're good.
Fuck with me, I can pull
He
my bow.
doesn't stand up, but he's fully awake and he's beginning to stand up. Go ahead, Daryl, and then it'll be your turn, low. So he's like kind of getting up.
Okay.
Oh.
Given one sleep away, and I guess just ray of frost, and we'll try to do damage, but I probably won't finish him. So D20 first.
Yep. Yep. Plus 5.
8.
Plus. No, you
it's
missed
3.
13.
No, yeah. No, it was 3 plus 5.
Oh,
See? Yeah, so solid whiff.
Yeah. Same thing. You're just kind of twiddling your fingers, doing magic fingers or whatever. Nothing comes out.
I'm sorry.
You sick cunt.
It is Lol, your turn.
Attack. Save us.
Okay.
Save us, Lol.
Lol is compromised right now because somebody has a demon inside of them, and he's letting it out of his asshole, and it's disgusting.
Come on, kill the troll.
Dude,
Or the ogre.
Yeah, let's kill
Orc.
this thing.
It's just a giant.
Whoa,
orc.
18.
18, you
All right, you hit.
bitches.
Yep.
Now roll
So
for
roll a
damage.
damage.
Oh,
1d6.
See, I'm starting to learn the rules now.
Yeah.
1d. Yeah.
5.
D6.
5 total?
5, 8 total.
Okay.
We're getting there. We're going to kill him.
So yeah, he's starting to look a little like worn down. He's like
I fucking hope
kind of
so.
looking around. It is your turn.
Oh, God. Okay. Dude,
and
it's scimitar time, dude. Relax.
By your turn, he doesn't mean let it out of your asshole. You sick bitch.
8, 11. That was for the swing.
Okay. Yep. To hit. Would you roll 11?
11.
Okay, you missed.
It's like, all right, well, you missed. You're fired. Cool. Man.
Oh wait, no, he's still on the ground. You hit. You're fine. Yep.
Okay, so I
sorry.
roll for
That's
damage.
apologies. Yep.
4. And then I'm just, that's flat. Nice.
So for it, is it 1d6 plus 1?
Oh, D6.
Yeah, you got to look at your weapon, and next to it, it'll say
Yeah,
the
I'm
damage.
retarded.
No, it's good.
7.
7 total. Okay. So yeah, he's starting to look pretty fucked up right now. But it is his turn. He's gonna kind
Kill
of look.
Dylan.
He's kind of assessing what's going on.
He's
He turns towards Dylan and he rushes and slams you against the wagon, and then he's gonna try to chop at you. And he's like, kind of assessing what's going on, and he's like, "We'll still have meat," and he runs. Give me a strength real quick roll.
Dude, how does he do it?
Where's strength at? Oh, I got 17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. So, he doesn't get you to the wagon,
Of course
but
he
you guys
doesn't.
lock
You can't
up.
penetrate me.
You guys lock up, even being a little gnome. This giant fucking horse.
Dude, I get the underhooks on him, and he can't fucking.
He's got
get
him against
through
the
my-
fence.
But he lands a critical on you.
Oh.
He lifts up and he goes
Oh.
into the side of your shoulder and neck again. So you actually take critical damage, meaning you take 12 damage.
He's dead.
Are you dead?
He had 7 health.
Okay. So you're actually not dead. You're at negative. You took 12 damage. Is that what I
Yeah,
said?
so I'm a -5.
Okay. So you're at -5. You can stabilize, and then they can drag your body somewhere. So yeah, you're laying on the ground. You're just laying there, just almost anime style, blood spewing out of him. It is your turn, Daryl. You just watched your friend literally get cleaved down to almost here. His arm is just lifelessly kind of moving off to the side.
He's not dead.
So you go to -10. But at this level, he's going to have to do saves to see if he dies or not.
Gotcha.
He's kind of like, you guys can stabilize him. Like, if you run over, you can heal him, and that'll bring his life.
Even though I've used both my healing spells?
Have you used both of them?
Actually, no. I
No,
only
you didn't
used
use
the...
them.
You only used
Yeah.
one, right?
And you can actually use the healing spells multiple times. You just can't overdo how many spells you've already done.
Okay. So I can still use Cure Wound. Is it my turn?
Yep.
We do Cure.
It is actually Daryl's turn, and then it's your turn.
Okay, so if I were to do Burning Hands, this is 3d6 fire damage on a...
And is that a touching?
Yeah. And it also says range self, so like, does that inflict it on myself also, I'm assuming? Or is it...
No, not usually.
Okay. So it's just like it has to be touching. I'm been at a range, like, do I have to like take a turn to close the range, or can I like
No, you
run up
can.
and,
That's like kind of an action, so you can move
Okay.
forward and touch him.
Okay.
You still have to do a touch attack, so you still have to roll a d20, I believe.
Okay, so you roll a d20 to
Yeah.
determine if you're gonna hit it, and then afterwards you get the 3d6 for
Correct. Yep.
damage. Okay. Hopefully I don't miss. Save me if I do.
So you need to roll a d20, and you need to get higher than a 10 on your d20. Otherwise, you take a failed roll. If you get 3 failed rolls, you will die. If you roll a 1, you take automatically 2 failed rolls. Okay, on a 20, you'll go back to 1 health, and you'll be stabilized on the ground. So roll a d20 real quick. I take no pleasure in this. You will be literally my first player I've ever killed in like since I was 11 years old. So roll. Yeah. Just don't roll a 1.
17.
17? Okay. So it's not a success, but you just are at where you're at. So
You're just still just bleeding a lot.
yeah, so let me read it to you. So you roll a d20. If the roll is a 10 or higher, I guess you succeed, so you have 1 succeed. Otherwise, it's a failure. A success or a failure has no effect on you, so nothing's happening right now, but you're just kind of staying alive. On the third success, you come stable, and so you go to like 0 health, and you're stable. On the third failure, you die.
Okay.
So you
Gotcha.
just every turn that's what you're gonna roll. So
This
what
is
do
the
you,
fight for your life
What
mode.
did you do?
I run up on Homeboy and Burning Hands.
Okay, so roll.
I got these hot fingers.
12.
So your hands light up with fire, and at this point, I imagine that he's kind of fallen over a little bit because he just attacked him, and you put your hands on his back, and pretty much his whole body begins to light on fire.
Tight. Okay.
That seems good.
Do you want to describe like what you do? That's it.
Let's see here.
You're like rubbing him now.
Like it's a hot massage. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is saying like as you hold your hands with thumbs touching and fingers spread, a thin sheet of flames shoots forth from your outstretched fingertips. So then, 3d6.
Put me on his ears.
So you, this is what I would imagine. You run up, just seeing your friend fall. You put your hands on him, and his skin begins to like boil over, and his whole body lights up as you kind of release and back off. He tries to stand up for a second, but then collapses and falls down dead on fire.
Tight.
You could heal him now if you want to stabilize him.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to use Cure Wounds. My spell casting ability says WIS.
Wisdom.
Oh, okay, so then I have to look at...
Here, let me see it real quick.
So this is 1d8 plus my spell casting ability on Dylan.
So you have +4.
Okay.
Yeah, so just, yep,
So 10 total. I rolled a 7.
perfect. Okay, so you get 7 hit points back, and you're now at 2.
I'm at 2. Let
You
me
didn't
go
die.
with my 2. Let
You're
me
alive, Dylan. And we killed the fucking...
Go. Hello.
Okay,
Bitch.
so you guys hear down inside the tunnel what sounds like chattering of, you don't even know how many, not hundreds, but maybe like 10 or 12 goblins. And you kind of see some torches that are like moving towards the entrance. Do you guys want to stop there?
Let's go fucking get him.
You have 2 health.
I mean, like, let's maybe like get the guard going, regroup a little bit, and also
Just needs
4.5
to die or
hours
go to
in
sleep.
right now.
Should we end on that?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
end on
like-
that.
Kill the boss.
Kill
Okay.
the boss, so to
You
speak, and we
guys
can
killed
decide.
the boss. That's not
I mean,
I'm
like,
the only one
you
that
did
got
most of the
kills.
damage at the front. I mean,
I
so
only
like,
killed shirts.
yeah, hard,
Like,
hard.
okay, well, holy fuck. If you
Yeah,
listen
right.
to all of these or all of this or whatever this ends up being, this has been Please Stop Does Dungeons and Dragons.
We're not even. That's the
Part 1.
epilogue or
End of
the
part.
Epilogue or dialogue.
The opposite of that.
This might
Yeah.
be the
It's
end
like a
of
prelogue,
part 4. I
probably.
mean, fucking who knows? But yeah. Yeah.
Prologue.
Yeah. That was fucking a blast. What did you think, Dylan?
That was fucking great.
We will do this more.
I know it seems ridiculous, and I know I seem really fucked up because I'm really fucked up, but that game was really fun. I'm not gonna lie, that got me going.
Sweet.
It's like Dark Alliance in real life, and it made my
Yeah.
fucking
Thanks for dungeon
taint
mastering.
moist.
Yeah,
That was
totally.
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you guys
Thanks for
enjoyed it. I would say if we decided to do it again, now that you guys have your character sheets, read your spells. And then-
Right. All right. See ya.
All right. Thank you. Like.